Hi everybody. Hi. Finley here, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun to well, I just saw the Minecraft movie. And I thought it'd be a lot of fun to talk about it a bit. Sorry I'm a bit late to the stream, and by a bit late I mean almost half an hour late. I know, embarrassing. I didn't get out of the cinema until a little bit later than I expected to. Um, my bad. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to talk about the movie a bit, and also, while we're at it, Minecraft released their April Fool's update the other day. I thought it'd be fun to check it out while we chat about it. Yeah, so if you've seen it, then feel free to drop some stuff in the chat. What did you think of it? And if you haven't seen it, then you can hear if it's good. I will be talking about spoilers today, so if you care about that, then I'm not going to tell you to stop watching because that would be a bad idea from a YouTubing technique or a Twitching technique. Um, but I will tell you to maybe just watch on mute. Yeah. So let's I suppose we'll just pop into a world here quickly so that you guys have something interesting to look at. Craft mine. Yeah, we'll just go normal mode. Okay. Yeah, so oh my gosh, it's so different. Okay, no, this is meant to be about the Minecraft movie, not about the April Fool's thing. To be fair, once we finish talking about the Minecraft movie, it will become mostly about the April Fool's thing. Can I walk off of here? I can, but I wonder what these blocks are. How far out can I go? Not very far. Okay. Whoa, the door yearns for the keys. There's a perfect segue. So I'm sure that you've seen the trailers and you've seen all the funny lines they say, and the sun's just come out and got really bright in my face. Like Steve going, "As a child, I yearned for the mines," and that makes me bring up something really interesting about the writing of the movie. Oh my god, what is all of this? Yeah, the writing of this movie was kind of weird because it was sort of like, what is this? Okay, no, I'm meant to be doing. Let's play the game. Um, yeah, because it's sort of like it was it was very like like they said things like as a child I yearned for the mines, and there was a part literally, and there's been a clip going around, but it's not in the trailers, where Steve or Jack Black quite literally says something along the lines of, "We must mine, we must craft, let's Minecraft," and it's sort of like, are they being self-aware? Like, it feels like surely they must be being self-aware, but at the same time, how do I do this? But at the same time, maybe they're not. Um, so I suppose my yeah, that's my biggest question is that I'd love to ask the writers how self-aware were they about what they were writing, because there are some lines like that "let's Minecraft" line that feels pretty self-aware, right? Like that doesn't feel like an actual line that they'd write in a movie without realizing that it sounds ridiculous. But then there are other lines in the movie that are just very less out there, that are just very exposition-y. Uh let's chuck some chickens in here. All right, how do I click on it? Ah, there we go. Entering mine. Ooh. Ooh, this is exciting, isn't it? Yeah, so there's certain lines in there that do make you Jesus. That do make you question acquiring mine coins. Yeah, there's certain lines in there that makes you question how self-aware are they being about this, because it feels like they're being somewhat self-aware. Um, but then at other times it doesn't. Let me tell you, from an overall enjoyment of the movie that I had, I'd say like out of 10, I can't put it above a 7 out of 10. I'm sorry, it can't go above a 7 out of 10. Um, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it, because I'll be honest, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Um, but again, I can't really put it above a 7 out of 10 at most. But anything above a 5 out of 10 in my books is like, my scale is above 5 out of 10, enjoyable film. So 7 out of 10 is by no means bad. I don't know why I'd even suggest it would be. How do I turn down my? Ah, there we go. I think if I one more up, yeah, that big. I think that seems correct. Okay, how do I? Yeah, enter a mine. Interesting. Is this a vanilla block? This doesn't look vanilla, is it? Oh no, it's strip pale oak. Okay. Why don't I have my inventory? I have to unlock my inventory. That's pretty funny, actually. Okay, so I can't craft either. I can't Minecraft. So yeah, the other thing. So some of my favorite things about the movie. A lot of the jokes are actually really funny. I know I was just talking about the writing and how it seemed kind of weird in places, but don't get me wrong. A lot of the jokes really quite solid. Um, yeah, like can't complain about the jokes in this. Um, well, some of them are a little bit like what you'd expect, classic like kids movie humor. Um, I shouldn't say kids movie humor. I should say classic like. I also shouldn't say brain rot because that's not really the right term to use. Like just like toilet humor, I guess. Um, there's a bit of that you expect from any kids movie. You know, even the best kids movies have a little bit of it. And I hate the term kids movie, by the way, but you guys know what I mean from it. So yeah, there's a bit of that. But I, I mean, Jack Black is funny. The characters are actually pretty good. Pretty like, like you come. There's a tree over there. I should go and get that. Oh, there's trees over there as well. I should go and get those. Yeah, the characters are actually pretty funny. What is all this up here? Mine exits. Ah, so these are all the things of the mine. Interesting, interesting. I've purposely not. Usually, I check out like Exumavoid's video on the April Fool's update or something. I purposely haven't done that this year, so I'm going in pretty blind, other than what I've seen in like the little trailer that they released for it and stuff. Yeah, so the characters are pretty good in the film, like they all feel pretty fleshed out, except for one. That being, I'm bad at character names in movies, but um, there's Emma Myers' character, and then there's the other lady who I don't know the name of. Um, the actress is fine, like she's pretty good. I can't craft this. Bring this item to the mine exit to convert it into experience. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Got a mine ingredient. What did I get that from? What did I get that from? Interesting. It seems like breaking stuff does good things. So I'm just turning up the volume. Yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah. So like her character, like the actress was fine. The actress was great, even, but like the character itself was a bit underdeveloped. Didn't really like it. It varied to me at least. It clearly felt like she was only included to give Emma Myers' character somebody to play off of, which is a bit of a shame. Um, because all the other characters were actually pretty good, and the acting as well. Like Jack Black is Jack Black. I'd say that probably the weakest link in acting was probably Jason Momoa as Garrett. Um, Garrett was his name, right? No. Yes? No. No, Garrett was the kid. Uh, Jason Momoa was whoever Jason Momoa played, and that might have been partially just like the character, like he was a bit of a not melodramatic, over exaggerated character, like he's a bit of a caricature, if you will. So that might be a bit up to the writing, but I don't know. At times he felt a bit fake, but he was actually also pretty funny. So when I say that he's the weakest link in the acting, he wasn't bad by any means. He was pretty good, to be fair. Again, the person who played the lady, who I thought was a bit underdeveloped, she did fine. It was the character, it was the writing of the character that was underdeveloped, not the acting. Emma Myers' character was great, just like, fairly cliche characters, but fine. Yeah, and Emma Myers was pretty good. The kid who played the main kid, who I don't remember the name of, he was a good in parts and a but not the best child actor I've ever seen, but like serviceable, Um like he was good. I bought his performance. Um there was just times where it didn't feel particularly sincere. Um but overall like he was good as well though. I don't want to say anything overly negative about him because I don't want to give the idea that I didn't like his performance because I did like his performance. It was just like a bit patchy at times. Um, yeah, who else was there? Oh yeah, Jennifer Coolidge. She was great. Like she was pretty funny. There was that whole in the movie. There's this B plot where a villager, like a nitwit villager, discovers the portal and like the portal that they used to get to the overworld. And he goes into the real world, and then him and Jennifer Coolidge's character fall in love, and it's a really weird B plot, but it is also quite funny. And Jennifer Coolidge is great in the role. What? Hmm. Okay, so I need to buy those. Interesting. Interesting. So really, I need to find an exit. Is what I need to do. It did say, yeah, surface exits. Okay. Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge was great. The voice acting as well for the characters that weren't like played by live action. Really great. Rachel House played the main villain, I believe. I hope I'm right there. She was she was a delight. Quite good, quite funny, but also like somewhat, like I mean, like it wasn't scary her performance, but like she was intimidating. She was definitely intimidating and also like a funny villain. And then there was a sort of secondary villain called General Chungus. And I remember that name came out before the movie release, and that's another one of the things that make me think like, are they being self-aware about this? Because how can you name a character General Chungus and have it not be, you know? Um, yeah, how can you have a character called General Chungus and have it not be self-aware? But yeah, I don't know who played him, but he was actually really great. There's this bit in the movie where when they first introduce him, he's like growling and like like grunting, and then he speaks and he's got like a really quite a cute voice. He sort of has quite like a high pitched, almost like can I do an impression? Like, oh hey, how's it going? He sort of speaks like that, and it is a funny bit. It was somewhat predictable as a joke, but like pretty funny still. And a lot of the jokes in there are like that. They're very like tongue in cheek humor. Like low. A lot of it is fairly low hanging fruit, and a little bit like lol so random, which I don't know Jared Hess that well, but from what I understand, that is pretty typical of Jared Hess's humor, and I don't have an issue with it. Oh, I think that's the thing. Let's go to that. Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I actually enjoyed the humor in the film. That's probably the biggest strengths of the film. Actually, I'll tell you right now, the humor. Some of the jokes were quite funny. Like not like they weren't like super like deep like well thought. Well, they were well thought out, but they weren't like you didn't have to think about it to get most of the jokes. Most of the jokes, because there were some jokes in there that were for maybe the older audience a bit. That was quite funny to hear. Jokes that would go way over kids' heads, but any adults in the audience, anybody over the age of like I don't know 14 would probably get them. Probably not even 14 actually. I don't know. How do kids think? I don't even know. I feel like I don't know, but yeah, it was pretty funny jokes. Yeah, we're leaving the mine, and yeah, so the writing was funny. There were some cameos in the film that was great to see. The only one I actually spotted, which is a bit disappointing because I wish that I saw more, was was Yen's. Um, If you don't know who Jens is, he is he's like the boss of Minecraft, I guess. He's not Minecraft's creator, because that's obviously not, but he was in it. He played a waiter. There was also some YouTubers, and I actually missed them, which I'm really annoyed that I missed them. But they're in a scene quite close to the beginning of the film, where they're at an auction, like a storage house auction. Um, so yeah, that's pretty good. So I can unlock that. Should probably unlock crafting, right? Yeah, I'd like to unlock crafting. And the ability to craft in the inventory. And more pockets. Smelter I'll leave out. Ooh, And then I suppose we can buy that and learning. That seems good. Alright, sweet. Let's jump into another mine, I guess. What can we chuck onto here? So the chicken's already in there. We can do skeletons. We can change the base rock. Let's check the sniffers in there, because that's what we got out of the thing, wasn't it? Oh, okay, so I can upgrade this table as well. Interesting. Interesting. Why do they always cook so hard for the April Fool's updates, by the way? Anyway, what else did I have to... Oh, yeah, the visuals. The visuals, I'm sure, is something that everybody was quite interested about, especially since they decided to go live action. I'm going to say something that probably a lot of people won't agree with, which is I liked the live action nature of it. And that's because I overall generally prefer live action over animation. Not because I think animation's bad. I actually really enjoy animation, and I think that, like, it's just a personal preference. I think that, like, objectively speaking, they're just as good as one another. But it's just a personal preference that I prefer live action. And the visuals, for the most part, were pretty good. There was a few moments where, particularly at... Ooh, Amplified World. Yeah, there was a few moments, particularly when it was sort of when the like any live action characters were appearing in the Minecraft world. Particularly from anything closer than a mid shot, it at times looked like a bad green screen, which was a shame. If you don't know what a mid shot, by the way, that is any shot that is sort of filmed above the waist. Yeah, and anything above that sort of tended to look a bit weird. Ooh, okay, so I can unlock things on the fly. So I can make a XP farm, couldn't I? And do it that way. Interesting. This is fun, by the way. This little April Fool's update. The other thing that they did with the film was some of the world building of Minecraft. There's things in the film. Oh my gosh, why are there so many zombies? There was things in the film that I actually really hope that we get one day in the base game. Like, there was, let me see if I can think of anything off the top of my head. So there's certain things in the film that, like, I couldn't see coming to the base game. Like, when the main characters get into the world, you know, you see it in the trailers. Jason Momoa's character makes some, like, nunchuck buckets. That's not coming into the base game. And also in the film, the kid makes a potato launcher. I can see maybe a version of that coming to the game, but ultimately it feels a bit it would be out of place. But there's other things that I think would be great coming to the game, like a super simple one that I think they could add in the next update if they wanted to. Make it so that piglins can come to the overworld, because in the film, and I think that this is something that they took from Legends, if I'm correct. Like Minecraft Legends, they have it so that the piglins are able to come into the overworld if they eat netherwort or like drink an awkward potion, I guess. Which I think is a great feature, and I think you should be able to do that in vanilla Minecraft. Why can't you? I think that'd be so cool. Yeah, and it's like an effect that only lasts however long. It would give a use to awkward potions. I think that'd be a great idea. Is there any normal stone or is it just granite? Can I use granite at all? To Hello, sniffers. Yeah, where was I? Keep on getting distracted by the game and losing my train of thought. Sorry, it's things that I'd love to see in the game. Also, while they're doing all this thing with the Ghast, in the film, you see it in the trailers as well, they sort of have the piglins riding Ghast by hanging from platforms underneath them, which I think is a great idea. And I see why they, with the friendly Ghast or the happy Ghast or whatever it's called, I know why they're doing it so that you ride on top, because it'd be kind of probably awkward to control, and it would take away a lot of the building use of it if you rid it from underneath. But I think it would be great if they, I don't know, if they did something similar with the normal Ghast. Like, you know, you can ride a happy Ghast by um putting the harness on it. I think it'd be really cool if you could ride a normal Ghast. Maybe it's like quite a rare thing for a normal Ghast to spawn with a platform hanging underneath it. And you know, you could have piglins that spawn on the platform. And then you can just take it over and drive the normal Ghast around if you can get the piglins off of it and steal it for yourself. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. There, there's one thing that's a really weird choice that they did, which is kind of bothering me. And I don't know why they did it, because it would have been so simple to do something completely different, but they just didn't. Which is, I think it's in the trailers, but they have these boots called the Boots of Swiftness, and they actually play like a decent role in the film, which is weird because there's nothing in the game called Boots of Swiftness. It's kind of a weird, it doesn't feel particularly Minecrafty, and yeah, it's just kind of it's a weird choice. Because what they could have done is they could have just had a potion of swiftness, right? They could have just had a potion of swiftness, and yeah. But that actually leads me into another thing that they did in the film, which basically, so they used the boots of swiftness to build like an upgraded version of an iron golem. I think that's a cool idea. I think you should be able to, like, there should be different ways to sort of upgrade an iron golem, you know? Like, maybe you can, like, it would be a very simple thing. Then maybe there's just like maybe even like two or three different things that you could add on to the iron golem when you're making it. And it will do different things. So maybe like it could be as simple as, you know, if you want to do the potion of swiftness option, maybe you can feed an iron golem a potion of swiftness, or any potion. It will make them faster, and maybe there's some slight texture changes with some of them. Or maybe when you're building an iron golem, you can, I don't know, guys, I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I think it would be cool if you could sort of upgrade iron golems in some way, which is something they do in the film. So yeah, I need food. I suppose what? I mean, I have rotten flesh. Rotten flesh isn't a great source of food, though. Here, do we have any gravel around, actually? Is that gravel over there? Is there any actual normal mobs other than sniffers in here? It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, what else was there about the film that I can talk to you guys about? Yeah, so I mean the visuals held up most of the time. I sort of talked about them briefly before because they didn't look so good at times when the human actors were involved, but any other time they looked pretty good. Yeah, there was also if you're American, you probably won't get this, but so if you don't know, the film was filmed in New Zealand, and when you see your own country and like there's shots in the film that's like, oh my gosh, that is so clearly New Zealand. Like it is some of the shots in like the town and driving around in the real world, it is like I have never seen anything that looks more like New Zealand in my life, and it's kind of fun because I don't know, it's cool to think like it was filmed in Auckland, at least most of it was. I don't live in Auckland actually. I stay in Auckland to go to school here. So it's cool. It's cool to think like, yeah, this is all taking place down the road, you know? It makes me kind of annoyed that they canonically say it takes place in America. I think they say it takes place in Idaho specifically. Well, it takes place in the overworld, but then the portal is in Idaho. Which I wish that they would have just said it was in New Zealand. Because come on, guys, you filmed it here. Why don't you give us a little bit of throw us a bone, you know? Oh dear, but yeah, I mean, you know, I know why they set it in America because that's where the biggest audience is. And, you know, you know, you know how it is. Yeah. But yeah, that was cool to see all how very New Zealandy it looked, and I'm sure that if you live in any country other than America, when a major film comes out that looks like your country, it's always cool to see. Because New Zealand's like there's nothing like particularly like I don't know. I don't know. New Zealand's like it's a very beautiful country. So that's why they film a lot of stuff here, as well as there's certain I don't want to get into the legal reasons of why they film stuff here. But yeah, how do I get out of here? Mines are found. Yeah, so the exit's on the surface. Okay. I wonder if skeletons will spawn. So I can get skeletons, then oh my gosh, a bunch of ocelots. So other things are spawning. Okay. Yeah, if I can get skeletons, then I can get bones to make bone meal and hopefully get some bread. Because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of hunger. But I suppose I should just grab a bunch of stuff, and that way when I leave I can hopefully upgrade myself a bit more. This is what I just realized. This is basically like they basically just made Minecraft into a roguelike game, which is fun. I suppose I can kill some zombies and get some rotten flesh, right? Oh, chickens, okay. There you go, there's food. No, I need the chicken! Oh gosh. Oh, there's a lot of zombies. This is like a scene out of the movie. This is like one of the scenes when they first get to the overworld. Alright, here, let me... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I am going to die. I am dead, okay. Well, accept defeat. Aww. That's upsetting. Alright, the sniffers were useless. The skeletons could be useful, right? Because we can get food then. Ooh, okay, actually pigs, there you go. There's a great source of food. Alright, let's go. Let's go, yeah. There was also some post-credit scenes. One of them was really funny. The other one was almost like, was another moment of like, are you being serious right now? So there was one post-credit scene where they followed up on the whole Jennifer Coolidge storyline with where she falls in love with a villager. And they reveal that the villagers learned to speak English, and Jennifer Coolidge's character has learned to speak villager, which is honestly really funny. And they get married, and it's like they sort of acknowledge like we met yesterday, but we're getting married, which is pretty funny. And yeah, that's a fun little post-credit scene. Actually, it was during the credits. What is this? Amplified world. Ooh. Yeah, so that was a funny little post-credits. And then the other one was kind of weird. So at the end of the movie, Steve sort of returns back to Earth. You know, he sort of decides to face the world, I guess. Yeah, sort of try to bring a bit of his creativity into the world. And in the post-credit scene, he returns back to his old house, and there's, you know, he opens the door and somebody opens the door and it's some lady who's got orange hair and wearing a green shirt. And I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. Yeah, they have Alex as the post credit scene, which for one definitely sets up a sequel, which I'd love to see a sequel. Honestly, I think that there's some things that they could iron out in a sequel, and I'd love to see what they did with a sequel to it. I don't think you have to bring back all the characters for it. Really, like, I don't know. I think actually, to be fair, I think you probably do have to bring back all the characters, even the one underdeveloped lady who I can't remember her name. Yeah, I would love to see a sequel. Like, there's a very simple way for them to bring a sequel into it. Have something to do with the end. There you go. You can hire me, Warner Brothers. I'd love to play your new star, by the way. Put me in the Minecraft movie too. I actually wanted to be in the first Minecraft movie. Didn't work out because, well, I don't want to get into my depressing life. Ah, dear. Yeah. Yeah, I did try to get into the first Minecraft movie because obviously I am in New Zealand, but I didn't figure out how to. So, oh well. But yeah, I'd love to see a Minecraft movie too. I think there's things that they could build on. Um, like I said, for those just joining, if you want like a hard number to give it, like out of 10, solid 7 out of 10. Can't go above 7. Maybe even go down to a 6.5. But anything above a 5 is enjoyable. So it's an enjoyable film. Oh, spiders. What is that? So many years of bad luck from this one. Alright, what can we... so I suppose we can get some more iron smelting. And then there are pigs around, which is good, because that means we can get food. And in this little mine, we should actually be able to get a decent amount of things. Let's upgrade our pickaxe. Bam, 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 bam. That's an axe, not a pickaxe. I'm a fool. Yeah, what else? What other thoughts do I have about the film? Yeah, villain was fun. Story was fairly basic. It was basically just, you know, it made sense. It was basic though. I mean, yeah, fairly predictable, but you know. There's a weird part at the end that feels really forced, where Steve has this little monologue about being creative and how it's important to be creative, and even though it's not always easy to be creative, which is like, it's very true. Don't get me wrong, that's a true statement. But it was also like it was so forced. It was like inserting message of movie, and yeah. But that's fine. It was, yeah, you know. Yeah, no. You know how it is. If we can find some gravel, that'd be great, because I'd love to make a flint and steel so we can get food nice and easily. Sorry, if we can get some flint and steel, then that would be great. Get a bit more iron while we're at it, though. Yeah, there's some pretty funny things that they sort of keep true about the Minecraft movie. Like one thing that I wasn't expecting them to keep true, because it's like, don't all video games do this? But they made it canon that a day in the world of Minecraft only takes 20 minutes, which is honestly quite funny. Um, yeah, you know, wasn't really expecting them to make that a thing, but yeah. Oh, cows. Yeah, and oh, this was wild, by the way. You know that pink sheep that was like one of the very first things that we saw about the Minecraft movie, and and everybody was like, "Oh my god, the sheep looks so bad." That sheep dies in them. Like that sheep straight up dies. It gets like straight up. Actually, it's a fairly gruesome death as well. It was honestly kind of shocking. It. You want to know what happens? So night falls, and all of our protagonists are very afraid, as they should be. And then zombies come out, and then they tear the sheep apart. Like you quite literally see them tearing chunks of wool out of the sheep as the sheep bleats in pain. Like that was wild. That was one of those moments of like, yeah, that was unexpected. Oh, yes, beef. Uh, oh, tasty, tasty. Oh no, come here, come on. And yet there was another like there's a lot of details that I'm glad that they included. Like I'm sure you saw the water bucket clutch in the trailers. That's fun. But they also included like farming, as in like actual farming, like no, well, not actual farming, like Minecraft farming. Like Steve has a creeper farm in the film, which is quite fun. Yeah, yeah, it was a good film. It was a good film. I'd recommend like don't go into it expecting like it to win Best Picture at the Oscars or something, but go into it like thinking I'm gonna switch my brain off, laugh at some of these jokes, honestly cringe at some of these jokes as well, and yeah, have a silly fun time with it. That's what I'd call it. That film is like the epiphany, the 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 peak of silly fun time, you know? It's not peak cinema, it's peak silly fun time. There you go. That's put it on the poster. Peak silly fun time. Actually, no, you have to put the full thing on the poster. Not peak cinema. Peak silly fun time. Oh, is that an exit? That is an exit. Right, let's get out, actually. Yeah, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. If you guys have any other questions about it, feel free to ask them. I'm happy to spoil anything, to reveal anything, to let you guys know anything that I know about it. Um, but yeah, solid 7 out of 10. Can't go above a 7 out of 10 though. I'd feel better about giving it a 6.5 than a 7.5 if I'm being honest. Um, but can't really complain. Yeah, let's just grab some extra wood while we're leaving. Oh, never mind, we can't. There we go. We got a bunch of XP. And we got our mine. So if what happens if I click on this? Will it send me in? Oh, it will send me in. Oh, okay, so... Ah, okay. So I can go in, but I can get straight out. That's good. So if I do want to revisit a mine, that's good, actually. That's good. I wonder if does it keep what I've done in there? Hmm. I wonder. Let's make it an amplified well. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's donate a bunch of our experience, level this up. There we go. And then we will upgrade ourselves. So I can give myself speed. Let's give myself the always crafting table. Yeah, there were some other things in the film as well that I thought would be really cool if they added to the game, and I'm trying to remember what they were. Like some quite simple things as well. Like oh, what were they? Oh yeah, like there was some rooms that they showed. First up, the Woodland Mansion is a big part of the film, which I thought was great because the Woodland Mansion is such an underutilized thing in the base game. Like it's so rare, but you've never but like does anybody ever find the Woodland Mansion and they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes, a Woodland Mansion. Now I'll be able to get nothing from it because it doesn't actually have anything valuable in it," which is so annoying. So And the Woodland Mansion in this film has like the most valuable thing to the characters. So add something valuable to the Woodland Mansion. Easy game. An easy thing that they could do. So the thing in the Woodland Mansion is the thing they need to get back to Earth. Wait, I can get pets? Let's just do a bunch of that stuff. Sweet. All right. So let's set this one to have. Let's make an amplified world with cows and let's chuck skeletons in there as well. They also really build on like what the baby zombie is in the film, which is fun. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say. They should definitely add the boxing ring into the Woodland Mansion. You know, like you've seen it in the trailers, I'm sure. It's from the clip where Steve goes, "Chicken jockey," and it's. I mean, by the way, what is this craft made for? Yeah, it's in the... Oh, okay, that's the only way I could craft stuff without unlocking crafting. Right. Yeah, it's in the scene where Steve goes chicken jockey, and I think it would be a cool thing to add to the Woodland Mansion. You know, like just make it one of the rooms. It would be a cool tie into the movie, and I think it would fit in with the aesthetic of the Woodland Mansion as well. See, I think that'd be really cool for them to add. What else do they have in the film that I think they could add to the base game? There were other things. I'm trying to remember what it was. I didn't like taking a notebook or anything. um. Yeah. So there's the what else was there? I don't even remember it, to be honest. But there were definitely things that from the movie which I I think that they probably will add to the game, to be fairly some of the things. I mean, you know that vibrant visuals thing that they just announced? It just hit me that the vibrant visuals is probably like at least somewhat an answer to the movie, right? Like obviously they've been working on it for a few years now, but the fact that they've revealed it when they have is no coincidence that they revealed it at the same time as a movie where the whole gist of the film is Minecraft, but with basically really good graphics, right? That's no accident. So I fully expect some things from the film to be added to the game. Um, yeah, what? I mean, what else do they have in it? Yeah, I think the big one for me is adding the ability for piglins to be kept alive in the overworld by feeding them netherwort. It's an it's it feels like such an easy feature to add, and it's like honestly, why haven't you already? Imagine being able to make like a piglin bartering farm, but like you hook it up to a. Can you farm netherworts like automatically? I don't know, but you hook it up to something so that they keep on getting fed like auto fed netherworts, and then I don't know, like or like splashed with the potion that they need to stay alive in the overworld, and then you can have a bartering farm in the overworld. You know, if you want, if that's something you want to do, or just have piglins in the overworld because you can't have piglins in the overworld. Which, like, I don't know, it'd be cool if there was a way to do that, and the movie gives a very simple way to do that. Oh yeah, another thing which that throwing that egg reminded me. They have the chickens actually be hostile in the film. Like the chicken from the chicken jockey attacks Jason Momoa's character, which I thought was quite funny. And I think, like, should chickens from chicken jockeys be hostile? I don't know. But one thing that I thought was really cool is they had a scene where I don't remember who it was, but one of the characters throws eggs at some piglins, and the piglins and the chickens from the egg like latch on to the piglins and attack them. I think that'd be pretty funny if you threw an egg at somebody, the chicken would sort of like grab onto them, and I don't know what it does to them. Maybe it does just slows them down for a few seconds, and then the chicken lets go and it becomes a normal chicken again. But something like that. I don't know, just a little bit of an extra thing that when you throw an egg at a mob, the chicken latches onto the mob for a few seconds. Cool little detail, right? I think that'd be fun. Yeah, and like I said, I hope that they make a sequel. I I have to be honest, I'm hoping for a Minecraft movie too. Is that partially because it would likely be filmed in New Zealand and I live in New Zealand? Maybe. But like no, honestly, like I would love to see it be expanded on, have some of those maybe some of those some of those wrinkles ironed out. There you go. Um some of those crinkles wrinkled out. Yeah. And oh look, frogs. Did I not have cows in here? I thought I added cows to this. I feel like making this an amplified world was a mistake. Yeah, like wrinkle out some of the iron out some of the wrinkles. Gosh, and I think a Minecraft maybe 2 could be really great, like even better than the first one if they did, if they did take some of the criticism and yeah, because I think like at its core, this is like a pretty like generic but decent film. Okay, shall we just exit this mine? I'm running out of food and we've got an exit right there, so let's get out of here, man. Yeah, the Iron Golems are really cool, by the way. They're probably my favorite looking mob that they added, or that they had in the film. They look really cool. Oh yes, one other thing they had, and this would be like the most out there thing for them to add, right? But in the film, they have the villain, and I don't think you have to add the villain herself. But she creates. What is this? Ooh, is this what this opens? Open? What? What is this? I'm gonna drown. Is this literally just like a tiny little room for me to swim around in? What happens if I die in here? Oh, there's a bunch of doors in here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. The Enderman. What is this? Is it like a pre-built one? I'm going into this mine with half health. That's probably a bad idea. What? I wasn't I wasn't even in a server. Did it just put me into a what? What what was that? Why do I have an egg still? Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. I just realized that's the thing that I unlocked, isn't it? Um, get more experience, yes. And then I still have 2 levels. I think Does that mean that dirt gives me more experience? This is probably the wrong mine to do that, isn't it? Considering it's covered in sand. The fact this is the desert is actually quite dangerous for me because I can't get wood or anything. I can get some cactus, I guess. Oh, cactus flowers. I haven't actually played around with the new update yet. So it's kind of cool to see some of the new features. Like the cactus flower. Yeah, I suppose I can get sticks from dead bushes. Can I get wood anywhere, though? I can't, like... No. I'm pretty sure they did change some of the crafting recipes for this update. But using sticks to make wood is not one of them. Well, that's a shame. Wait, is that a village? I was wondering if there's structures here. Okay, here we go. We're saved. I literally for a second there felt like I was stuck in a. Well, I felt like I was in a desert, wandering the desert, lost. And I've just found civilization. They actually nailed the villagers in the film as well. At least I think. Like they were a little bit goofy, but like they didn't over goof them, which you would have expected them to, right? But they didn't. Oh yeah, food. Oh yeah, time to crush a loaf, as they say. Hi, Diana Halleran. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. How are you? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, can I get any wood from this village? I suppose that's another aspect of the film that I wish they'd expanded on more, right? Like, they really emphasize, like, the creative part of Minecraft. They didn't so much do the survival part. They did it briefly with, um, like having to face off. Why is there a cactus flower on this grindstone? Is that like a rare thing, or is that something from this update? But I can grab these iron boots, right? Yeah, so I suppose that's something that I wish they expanded on more. Like actually having to gather resources and like find food and stuff. That would have been cool to see. Maybe that's something they could do with a sequel. I don't really see them doing that with a potential sequel. If they did a sequel, I'd think that they just can, like, basically just progress into the late game. No sleep for you, not today. Like, and by that I mean like, go to the end, essentially. I think a potential sequel could have them explore the Nether. I think what they could do with the sequel, right? Here's my pitch. Oh, if I take the Iron Golem, then I can get tools, can't I? Here's my pitch for a potential sequel. Okay, so for some reason, maybe one of the piglins comes into the overworld, right? Oh no, sorry, not into the overworld, into the real world, and he's like, "Hey, I don't want to attack you guys. Okay, you got rid of our angry boss, and we're you can mine the dry bushes and get sticks. Yeah, I got some sticks, and then I can kill the iron golem and get iron, so then I can make tools, right? So I suppose definitely a pickaxe. Okay, sweet, we got 3, so that's an... Hang on, no, I do have a crafting table, don't I? Where's my crafting table? I put it down somewhere. I shouldn't have put it down. Hello, crafting table. Oh, where did I put my crafting table, guys? Oh, come on, Finley. Why did you do this? Why was I lazy? If I Oh, where did I put my crafting table? Dang it! Ah, I feel so accomplished for figuring out how to get tools, and now I can't because I don't know where my crafting table is. What a fool I am. Yeah, let's get some high ground and see if we can look down around the town. Well, actually, I wonder if the bundle. Oh my gosh, the bundle does. That's actually really cool. It that means bundles are actually really useful then in this, right? Because it means that you can carry more things. That's probably the first time I've really thought to use bundles. Do we see our crafting table anywhere? Is that it? I think that might be it. Yeah, anyway, what I think for Minecraft Movie 2, what I think is probably not unlikely to happen, they have, so for one, they probably continue the Jennifer Coolidge B plot. That was not my crafting table. Okay. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay. Okay, good. Pickaxe. Oh! No. Okay, here, we can face this guy. Yeah. No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh man. Well, let's go ahead and make a new one then. Okay, let's chuck ice in here because it'll make it easier to get around, right? And then we'll chuck cows in. And we'll make it into a surface world, which will also make it easier to get around. Right, let's go. Yeah, so they have the. I keep on getting interrupted here. They have the piglin come to the overworld, okay? And then they have him be like, "Yo, you're the guys who defeated our mean boss, right? Whoa, okay. I thought it'd make the world into ice, not make everything slippery. Okay, that's not great. Fine though. Yeah, yo, you defeated my boss. But we piglins, we're not doing so good. We could use a bit of guidance. And there's this weird thing that there's. Okay, no, okay. Scratch that. Here's my pitch for the story of a Minecraft movie 2. Um, they have Jennifer Coolidge's villager boyfriend or husband, I guess, at this point. They have him. He's sort of like going back and forth between the overworld and Earth to, hang out with his friends back in the village and hang out with Jennifer Coolidge. And he finds him and he's like, "Yo, you're the guys who saved my village, who saved the overworld from the piglins. Well, guess what? We were hanging about and we found this weird thing." And they're like, "What?" And okay, so we discover this weird thing. He brings him to it, and it is an end portal. Because of course it would be. And then they have the film. It would be an exploration film, right? It would be about exploration. Um, and they explore it, and they're like, "Whoa, what is this thing?" And maybe there could be some amount of debate between the characters. Like, should we really be going into this? Like the last thing that came out of a portal was us, but the track record for things to come out of a portal in this world isn't so good. So, they work out how to do it. Maybe they go to the Illagers and they let them know, like, you need Eye of Enders, and you need to go to the Nether, so then you can explore the Nether more in the film, and then they go and get the blaze powder, get some ender pearls. Maybe they can just get the ender pearls from the Illagers. And then, the climax of the film, they go through the portal and they fight the Ender Dragon, and there you go, Minecraft Movie 2, easy. I think, yeah, because that's the big thing that was missing from a Minecraft movie, right? It was the end. That's like classic Minecraft. That's like, you can't get much more classic than the end. But they didn't have it. They had Enderman, but they didn't have the end. So, yeah, I think it'd be cool to see the end in a Minecraft movie too. Let's get a axe. And then if they did do a threequel, which, depending on how good a second one is, I wouldn't mind a third. Honestly, yeah, I did really enjoy the film, Again, 7 out of 10, but like it was a really good time. Most of what brings it down is the technical aspect, some of the writing's a bit clunky and whatnot. Which is something that's easy to iron out. Yeah, so and then a third movie, I think the clear thing to do in my eyes with a third movie then would be to introduce would be to explore the idea of the deep dark. Right? That way you have sort of the three main like factions of evil, not evil, but faction of like mystery from the game, the Nether, the End, and the Deep Dark. Alright, do we see anything useful out here? There's an exit over there. Let's head for that. I wonder if I... No. Okay. I was going to say, maybe if I can break it down into more things. Let's kill some sheep, though. Get some more experience. Oh my gosh, it's so slippery. I regret adding the ice modifier. It seems like most of the modifiers are not good. Like, they're not useful. Yeah, I think they could make a third Minecraft. I think they could make a second Minecraft movie, and if they can prove that they start to iron out some of the wrinkles with the clunky writing, and honestly, the visuals weren't that bad, but they could be improved on. Then sky's the limit, Hmm. Is any of this stuff particularly good? No. Alright, let's get out of here. I wonder if I can get into the Nether. That's something I should definitely figure out, right? Yay! Gosh, I wish this XP wouldn't just get sent flying everywhere. I wish I could just pick it up. Okay, let us see what else can we upgrade. So let's just get more experience, right? And then jump into another one, because why not? So stone. Okay. So let us chuck on. Let's get. Let's get cows, pigs, sheep. All right, so hopefully we can get food really easily then, and we'll be good. We should probably also upgrade our inventory as well, shouldn't we? Right, we're in a floating island. Do we see any trees around? There's some over here. Oh, there's an exit right there. Okay, we could get out of here then. Here, let's drop down and get some stone. I think once we see the exit, we may as well go for it. At least at this point, where we're still building up what we have and you know figuring out how we play this a bit. Doop, doop. One of the things I thought they did really well is the experience of showing the first night, like what it's like to survive your first night, which is such a universal Minecraft experience, right? We all remember it. Hello again, Diana Halloran. 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 Yeah, they did such a great job at showing off like what it's like to survive your first night in Minecraft. Like it was not scary because it's a movie meant for kids, but it was it was intimidating. It was scary. Yeah, I don't know. It was I'll tell you what, it was scary in the same way that Minecraft's first night is. Like it's still like a game aimed at kids, so I'm gonna die. So it's not like straight up horror movie, but but at the same time, it's it's somewhat scary, which was cool to see. Halloran. There you go. Was that right? I did see an exit. Where was that exit? It was somewhere around here, right? No, I can't go down there. Uh, what's annoying? I chucked so many things on. Like didn't I have cows, sheep, and pigs on here? Where are all of them for my food? We did have. Hello, I speak nonsense. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. We did make that dirt upgrade, didn't we? So if we go around just breaking dirt, can I potentially get good stuff from it? I reckon we find the exit. Hopefully get some food as well. And then just mine a bunch of dirt before we leave. And that should get us a bunch of levels. Right? In fact, if we were to upgrade dirt again, it would cost 5. Okay, I don't know if I can get 5 XP points in here. I assume that's what that upgrade does, right? It makes it so... Oh my gosh, finally. Okay, if I can get some flint and steel, then I can hopefully cook this. What is my building strategy? What do you mean by building strategy? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, there's more skeletons over there. Oh, where's all that dirt coming from? Okay. Can I don't suppose I can craft a furnace out of gravel? Nope. Makes sense. I just realized. Yeah, okay. It only says it's so high because... Okay. Okay, then. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it only says dirt is so high because I've got a big stack of dirt. Individually, dirt isn't actually worth that much. So is that what the upgrade did? Am I planning on building a kingdom or a tower? Or just enough shelter to make it to the end? Well, stay tuned, my friend, because this is not the Minecraft that you've come to know. This is a bit different, and you'll see that hopefully in just a moment when I can find the exit to here, if you will. Because building is not really something that I'm doing. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you, I don't want to build stuff because I might not be sticking around very long in any one place. It would be great if I could find an exit now, because that would make the dramatic effect of what I've just said even more effective. Let's see, is there an exit around here? Although to be fair, I wouldn't mind trying to find a way to get to the Nether. Ah, an adventure then. Yeah, we are on an adventure. That's right, that's right. Ah, there's an exit over there. Okay. You see that beacon in the distance? Oh, it's faded out. But that's where we need to head. So let's eat some steak and get over there. Yeah, there it is. It's back. It's back. We're in the clouds. Our heads are in the cloud, as they say. How far away is this? Ah, we're getting there. We're getting there. There it is. It's right there. Right, shall we mine up some dirt or just get straight out? I reckon we can probably just get straight out, right? There you go. We can mine some dirt while it's counting down. Just to get a few more bits and bobs. Yay! So yeah, here we are. The curtain's been pulled back. We're in a simulation. Yeah, if you don't know what this is so each year Mojang, the creators of Minecraft, do an April Fool's update, and this is the one that they've done this year, which is you can build custom worlds and you go and explore them and you level up yourself as well. So what do we improve? So we can improve our experience is probably a good one to do. Your ZL trigger on Switch is broken, so you can't place any blocks. And getting a new controller is like $50. Oh, that's really annoying. Can you remap the keybind? Is that something you can do on the Switch? Let's upgrade our pockets. And then that's pretty much all we can do, right? We'll do that, I guess. Okay. So what do we chuck onto this thing? Let's pop on base rock stone. And then we'll want some food. So let's chuck pigs on here. And then I would love... Actually, base rock doesn't have to be stone. Let's chuck chickens on here as well. And let's make it a... You know, we'll just do... I don't know. Yeah, we'll just do base rock stone. And we'll take off chickens and do cows instead. Oh, I've heard of this update. It's really cool to actually see it. Yeah, it is really cool, isn't it? It's actually really, really, like, in-depth as well. Like, surprisingly so. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're on Java Edition, then I would recommend giving it a go. Because, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So far, at least. Anyway, we're in the oh, there's the axolotls over there. We're in our new mine. So I wanna figure out in this one if we can we make a nether portal and go to the nether in these? Place your bets now. Because, like, theoretically, we can get lava, I assume. I assume we can get diamonds, and we can get water. We actually don't need all that stuff. We only really need iron and lava and water. So, can we go to the nether? One of these times that's going to spawn a chicken. We'll give it that. Bam, bam. Alright, hopefully... Just need a bucket and some lava and some water. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll try to get some good gear. Find some pigs or cows or something around the place. So that we can get some food. And then I reckon we head down into the mines. Into the mines proper. To hopefully... track down... Is that a... Oh, okay, sweet. We got cows. Can we get some gravel so that we can get them cooked straight away? Any gravel? Any gravel around, please? Yeah, this is like a lush cave, but on the surface. Wow. Is there anything useful we can get from that? Not really, I guess. Oh, here's some gravel here. Subscribed? Thanks for that, I Speak Nonsense. I appreciate that. I really do. I always happy to hear when people are happy watching my videos, you know? Well, I suppose this isn't a video, is it? This is a live stream. I haven't done a video in ages because by the time I'm done with uni, I'm all videoed out. I've been really busy today. I got up at like, I think I was up at like 5:30. Because I had to go to a shoot for uni. We're learning about observational documentaries. And for my assignment, I'm doing an observational documentary with a group of other people about about chickens, actually. So I got up super early so I could get the bus over to my pal's place and film some chickens. And I was doing that until around about 11:30ish. When I got on a bus. What part of the UK am I from? I'm not. I'm from one of the colonies. Actually, I'm from New Zealand. A lot of people think I'm from England, though, by my accent. Although I did have somebody ask me if I was Irish the other day, which was a first. A lot of people think I'm British. Don't get a lot of people thinking I'm Irish, but yeah, I'm from New Zealand, one of the colonies. I suppose that was technically part of the UK at one point. I think, maybe. Actually, that might be completely incorrect information. Alright, we're getting a decent amount of food now. What about you? What parts of the world is everybody tuning in from today? Right, let's run around on the surface a bit more. Maybe see if we can build up a tiny bit more food supplies. And then dig down, I guess. Or if we find a decent cave, we'll go straight down. Dude, I never get New Zealanders right. Give my love to the Shire? Of course, of course. Hobbiton, which is where they filmed all the scenes for the Shire. It's a tourist attraction now, but it's actually not very far away from where I live. I think it's maybe an hour and a half drive out. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, because it was quite literally, originally it was a sheep farm, and then I think what they did is they rented the land from the person who owned it so that they could film the movie on it. And then, you know, they tore it all down, and the sheep farmer put his sheep back in there and kept on farming sheep. And then they made the Hobbit movies, and so they put it all back up. And then that time, when they made The Hobbit, they were like, hold on, guys, I've got an idea. People would probably pay to come here. So they left up the whole set and turned it into Hobbiton. I'm born and raised in California, but live in Arizona. Ooh. Oh, I got a trophy. Interesting. Cool. I wonder what that's useful for. Can I, like, craft with it? No? Okay. Well, I've got plenty of food now, so let's start digging down. Yeah, how far away is Arizona and California from each other? I don't know US geography well. I only really know that California is somewhere on the west coast. And that's probably the only... Well, actually, I know where Texas is. I should know where Boston is, because I have family from there, but I don't. Well, not from there, but family who lives there. I've also got family who lives in Minnesota, but Minnesota, all I know about is that it's somewhere in the north. Don't know where. Oh my gosh, it's so dark. Video settings. Brightness is all the way up. Hopefully this isn't too dark for you guys. Do I have any coal? I have no coal. I really should have got some more wood, so I can make the various things that you use wood to make. Ooh, deep dark biome. That's a cool one. Hopefully there are caves here. I mean, we don't know that there's caves, but I don't know why there wouldn't be, right? Phoenix to Los Angeles is about 6-ish hours, but LA to San Francisco, where I grew up, is close to... in California is also 6 hours drive from each other. US is huge. US is huge. I feel like people from America talk about like going on an 8-hour road trip like it's a weekend activity. Auckland, where I go to uni, and Tauranga, where I'm from, are about 3 hours away from each other, and the distance feels gargantuan, let me tell you. I mean, not gargantuan, but like, you know, I'm not going between them on a random weekend. I gotta have a reason. Yeah, 6 hours from Tauranga would get me either up to the top of the country in Whangarei or down to the bottom of the country in Wellington. Not the country, actually, the island. Because New Zealand's made up of multiple islands. I hear skeletons. That means that there is a cave nearby. The only question is where. And can I make another pickaxe, please? Yeah, I'm really bad at telling what direction sounds are coming from. Hello, skeletons! But here we go, there's clay here. Does that mean that there's a... A lot of Americans don't turn their nose up at an hour commute to work one way. Yeah, you see, like, there are, I mean, in Auckland there are people who do that because Auckland's like the big city of New Zealand. But man, 1 hour commute if you live in Tauranga, that's like if you know if you know somebody who does a 1 hour commute, you're like you know yeah you're tipping your hat to them each day. You know you're saying to them, you know, I couldn't do that. I mean, in saying that, I had a 1 hour commute this morning to my shoot, so you know, cave world. Maybe that's what I need to get to the Nether. Let's see, what's that? Base rock. Okay. I really want to find a cave though, and I do hear skeletons. So there must be a cave somewhere near me. I don't know where though. And the sun's getting really bright in my eyes. Oh no! Okay, iron, sweet. Okay, what can I get rid of? Okay. Okay, I kind of want to hold on to these trophies. Saplings. Here, do I have dirt? Oh, I don't have dirt. Okay, I'll just chuck these saplings away then. Oh gosh, okay, they're fighting one another, that's fine. Ugh. Right, you know what I would love? Oh man, okay, creep. Oh, I kind of want that creeper thing. I can't get it though. Okay. I'll hide out here for a minute. Woo! Heh. Got him. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's breathe for a second. Regen a bit of health. And then take these guys out. Easy. Easy. That did not work. I thought I'd epically... Oh, yes, okay, lava. Okay, we can make a nether portal. I wish I had diamonds. Now you got to see my awful nether portal making skills. The weather is also different. The hottest it would get in California is about 105 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Oh, that's painful. In Arizona, 49. Oof. I mean, in New Zealand, like 30's a hot day. 30's a really hot day. But New Zealand's also got weird weather because what I always say about New Zealand weather is that every day you need to pack for every weather condition. You know, we can have summer, autumn, winter, and spring all in one day. Yeah, like today it was quite chilly this morning, but then as it got on, you know, by the time I was done shooting for my uni assignment, it was quite warm. Okay, these drip leaves are useless. I'll need... Okay, no, there's water here. Sweet. Zealand doesn't have weather, it has moods. We do have some fairly gnarly weather sometimes, but definitely not as much as other parts of the world. Like a tornado would be rare here. for example. Which I know that, like, in certain parts of the US, you guys get tornadoes all the time, right? Alright, forgive me for my awful near the portal making skills. Oh! Example A. Okay. Bam. Bam. Yeah, epic. Woo. Uh-oh. No, my lava! Okay, it's fine. We still have some. You know what? This ain't pretty. There we go. Lovely. All right. Here's the ultimate test. Well, that didn't work. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I suppose we should just get out of here and find an exit then, shouldn't we? Yeah, can I hold on to my crafting table? Right, and the exits are on the surface, which means we need to go all the way back up. I'm just going to dig straight up and hope for the best. Yeah, while we're here... Ooh. Okay, that wasn't the thing that I was meant to open up, but sure. There's a certain area in the Midwest called Tornado Alley. I've heard of that place. Yeah, tornadoes do happen in New Zealand, but when they do happen, they're nothing to write home about, you know. We're too hilly for tornadoes, is why we're not flat enough. Specifically, the part of New Zealand where I'm from, because a lot of the way that the I don't know, the atmosphere is, I guess, or whatever. A lot of the weather comes from a certain direction, and that direction is sort of covered by a bunch of hills. So by the time a lot of weather hits my area, most of the time, not all the time, it's quite mild. Right, this is actually where we came in, isn't it? Does that mean we can find our original entrance? Probably not, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, lapis. Wonder if lapis is valuable. It seems to be somewhat. It's hard to get a handle on what's useful, but I do get XP from it at the very least. Oh, and this is amethyst. Oh, hello, that looks scary. Is that a warden spawn egg? Uh, okay, we can get rid of that. Warden boss fight. Well, that's the thing. And also blocks of amethyst seem to be really good. Yeah, an entire point to each. That's amazing, actually. We need to mine a lot of this. Normal amethyst shards. Okay, amethyst shards are essentially just worse blocks of amethyst. Alright, let's mine a bunch of this, and this should get us a bunch of levels, so that's amazing. Oh, just that alone is 5 levels. And there goes my pickaxe. Actually, I need to be careful here, because if my pickaxe runs out, then we'll be in for the long haul getting out of here. So if my wood runs out, we'll be in for the long haul. So what do I study at uni? That made you a chicken observer? I rather didn't explain that, did it? It sounded like a weird thing to study. I study communications, which is it covers a lot of area. But the specific major that I'm doing within communications is a major uh, in screen production. So I'm basically learning about filmmaking. Yeah. So I have various different classes within that. You know, I have a professional performance, which is performance, you know, presenting things and acting and whatnot. I have production management, which is all about uh, being a being a production manager, which in itself is about, you know, it's all about like health and safety and you know, the logistics of filmmaking really. And then I have my screen theory and action class, which is basically a film analysis class, which is, I don't know, the person who runs it is kind of, yeah, you know, I'm not going to speak any further on that. In case you find some way to get it there. And then I have, what's my other class? I always forget one of my classes. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It is. Oh yeah, creative documentary. That's the one I was filming for today, which is very hands-on. You know, it's about documentary making, but really going deeper than that. It's more so about learning how to use a camera, basically, and you know, different types of equipment as well, because also sound. I don't want to die, not with all this amethyst. No, my amethyst. Ah. Dang it. That would have been so many levels. Oh, and I had... Oh, dang it. Dang it. Oh, what a fool I am. Can't even upgrade anything because I don't have any levels anymore. Stupid game. So what's the dream? Writer, director? Well, the big dream for me is actor. But that's not like, you know, that's not something that I should hedge my bets on, I guess. So I'm also, you know, there are other roles as well I'd love to do. Writing is a big one. I'd love to try my hand at directing. But really, writing and acting are my two strong suits, I think. All right, let's do. So we've already got sheep. We've already got pig. Let's chuck cows in there, and then we'll make it into a surface world. And we'll make it slippery. Oh yeah, look at that. Slippery does 2 times XP. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to make it slippery then. Alright, let's get in here. Yeah, what about you? What about you, I speak no nonsense? Sorry, I speak nonsense. What about you? What's your future goals, eh? $1 million question, eh? Alright, good. Acting in professional sports are a gamble. Somewhat, yes. A lot of people, especially people, particularly anybody who makes it in the business, will tell you that it's all skill and that, like, yeah, if you started me from ground one, then yeah, I could get there again. But really, I mean, I think to me, some of those types of jobs is a mixture of skill. Like, it does take skill, acting in professional sports and all that stuff, and also like, there's other jobs like it as well. But also luck. There is luck involved. There's definitely luck involved, right? And I think that part of it is having the skill to recognize the opportunities and to really like take those opportunities and to turn them into something for you. But ultimately, you need luck to get those opportunities in the first place, right? Like, one thing that I'm struggling with acting is, finding somebody to represent me, because basically, if you want to work as an actor, the gist of how you get jobs in it is you find a company called an agency, and you say to them, hey, represent me. Basically, go to people who are casting for films or TV shows or commercials and show me to them and tell them I would be great to work with. Um, but what I'm struggling with is finding an agency that's willing to take me on and to do that for me. So, I actually haven't looked and like haven't applied in a while to one, so I probably should do that. Got to take some responsibility. But yeah, it gets disheartening there. Well, I've finished up on my emergency medical technician class. I'd probably move on to paramedics and then physician assistant, which is kind of like doctor-like. Doctor Light, they can diagnose, prescribe. I have a cousin who's doing something very similar to that. Basically started off learning basically just how to give people injections, and then it's sort of slowly built ever since up from there. So that's really cool. That's really cool. I didn't realize that agents turn people away. Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. Like acting is it's like acting's one of those jobs that I feel like a lot of like kids want to do, and then like often a lot of people like from a young age, a lot of people want to do it, and then a lot of people sort of lose that dream down the line. But there's enough people that don't. That means that there is still a lot of people, a lot of competition, I guess. Saves on uni cost. Uni is certainly expensive. I can I can vouch that uni is expensive. I would like some iron. Oh look, zombie piglins. Yeah, I'd like some iron so I can get some food easily. Suppose I should just get some food. Hello, Swaran Sandhu. Can you say hi? Hi. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I hope everything's well with you. Oh, why isn't this a vanilla feature? Why can't I craft furnaces and all the stone stuff out of all of the stone stuff? Why is this something that they have to add in an April Fool's update? Egg. How good is wool? Not particularly great. Hello, Ava Jade. Welcome. How's it going? Right. I should make this into a smoker. If, well, I mean, ideally, actually, I'd. What was that? I heard a weird noise. I may be monopolizing your time. What do you mean? Yo, if you find a village in 1 minute, I'll donate 70. Enough said. I don't even know if villages spawn, but we're going to try and find one. Start the timer. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's 5:11 right now. I'm gonna. You can run your own timer. That's fine. But I'm gonna give myself until 5:13 because if I give myself until 5:12, I might not be giving myself the full minute. Village, village, village. Go, go, go. there's an exit over there, but that's not a village. Go, 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 go. I've only ever found one village, so it's. I'm not gonna lie. I, I'm not getting my hopes up for finding a village within the next minute. The minute might already even be up, but. Let's see. Village, 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 village. There's the exit portal. I'll probably use that actually, but first I've got to find a village. I'm a starving uni student. I need the 70. That has been a minute? Okay. Well, that's that, I guess. Just out of curiosity. If I did make it over this hill, would I have found a village? I wouldn't have. Okay. Oh, well. Good game. Good game. Let's get out of the portal then while we're here. Freedom! Oh, I should have gone that way so I could kill the animals on my way out. Oh well. Well, there we go. Mine completed successfully. I didn't get much XP from this one, but that's fine. Alright, let's open up another one then. So we definitely want to chuck... Ooh, okay, Warden. Okay, we're getting a special one. Effects. Get your groove on. If you spawn in a cherry grove, I give 20. Okay, I suspect I'm going to spawn in a deep dark considering it's called Warden. But let's see. Let's roll the wheel, okay? I forgot that it does a countdown. Wait, is it doing a countdown? Okay, yeah, there we go. Entering mine. Oh, I speak no nonsense. Thanks for the donation, man. Oh, milady, whichever one you are. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for the $5 donation. That's actually the biggest donation I've ever got. So I really appreciate that. And look at that. We were wrong. I spawned in a desert. What does that sound? What is what is that sound? Yeah, thanks so much for the donation. Do you guys hear that? It's like villages. Okay. Okay, so we got the desert one before, didn't we? And we discovered the only real way to progress. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my volume. Yeah, we discovered the only real way to progress is to find, well, actually, to find a village. So hopefully, what? Hang on, what was that? What did that just say? Did anyone read what that said? I wasn't looking. It said something about a goat horn. Is that a clue for a direction I'm meant to go? Gentlemen, you are welcome. Hoping you're a coffee kind of guy. Well, I don't drink coffee, but I'll definitely find some. I'll buy myself a nice hot chocolate, perhaps. Thanks for that. I really appreciate. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, did anyone read what that said though? If you find a desert temple in a minute, I'll give you 150. Okay, okay. Let's see. I don't even know if desert temples spawn, but let's have a look. Is that a desert temple? That's a desert temple, isn't it? There's a desert temple. Hang on, there's a desert temple right there. I think that's a desert temple. Does that count if I think I found a desert temple? I'm gonna say that's a desert temple though, right? Right, I see a desert temple. I saw it. You saw it too, didn't you? I know you did. Do I have to actually be at the desert temple? Go to it? I'm going to it. I'm going to it. Do I have to make it there within the minute? Because that might be an impossible task. Doopy doopy doo. There's also a village here as well, funny enough. It was just behind this mountain, wasn't it? It's their pay-ups, Warren. Dear. It has been 1 minute. Hold on. Hold on. I found it. I found it. You didn't say I had to be at it. Fair enough. If you're giving the prize, you make the rules. That's fair enough then. Look, it was a desert temple as well. So I did, to be fair, in all fairness, I understand if you don't want to donate, because that's up to you, because it's your money. But I did find, but at least admit that I did find it. Give me the gratification, at least, that I did find a desert temple. I wasn't at the desert temple, but I did find it. If it's a mending book, then I give 5. All right then. All right. I'm beginning to think that you're that you may not want to be donating, which is fine. But, you know, if you did, I'd be very grateful, don't get me wrong. Incredibly so. I don't want you to make you feel like you have to, though. I should really go to the village first, shouldn't I? Because I have no tools. But I suppose I can get down here just by getting down here. Wait, I won't be able to get out, will I? Hold up. I should get some sand before I go in here, so I can at least nerd pole out. Bro, it was 150, lol. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't blame you if you don't want to donate it, because that's a lot. But at least give me the gratification of having succeeded at your task, even if you're not going to give me the reward. Ah, dear. Can we at least agree that if you agree that I succeeded, then I'll agree that you don't have to donate. Do mending books even spawn in desert temples? I don't even know. Empty promises. Don't dangle the carrots if the carrot is hollow and full of lies. Yeah. I thought there was a carrot there, but I'm going to go hungry. I'm not actually going to go hungry. Don't worry. Don't think I'm like starving or anything. I'm not that poor. I'm like uni student poor, not like starving poor. Oh, golden apple. Respiration 2. Not quite mending. He had to be in it, not just see it? Sure, sure. I don't know, man. I feel like I succeeded, but it's your money. At the end of the day, it's your money. Alright, let's get down to this village. We can get ourselves some food. And hopefully also find some dead bushes, so we can get some sticks to make tools with the iron we got from the desert temple. There we go. Perfect. So definitely pickaxe. And then we'll find an axe as well, I reckon. Once we get more sticks. Because hopefully there's an iron golem in here. And we can use our axe to kill the iron golem. And hey, kitty. Is that a tamed cat? Why has it got a collar? Look, that cat's got a collar. Hmm. Alright, let's make ourselves an axe, and I wonder if I can use sandstone. Is sandstone included in the things that they've allowed you to craft with? I need more sticks to figure that out, because I wouldn't mind making just a stone hoe to be able to harvest this wheat. One stick. Two stick. Bro, I tried to send 200, but my card got declined. I don't know if I believe you. I mean, there's no. Don't get me wrong. I want to make myself very clear. There is no obligation to donate to me. Dang, I can't do that. Yeah, there's no obligation to donate to me. I appreciate you just watching, but I'd also appreciate if you didn't dangle empty promises or dangle a carrot full of lies, as our friend I speak nonsense says. I need some actual stone so that I can make a hoe, so that I can get some of this hay. I just need to find somewhere actually solid to dig down. Oh, fine, you know what? I'll get underwater. I just need 2 pieces. No. Okay, I'm gonna drown. No, 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 no. Look at this dead bush. This dead bush is floating in the water. Isn't that cursed? What happened to the poor uni student? Yeah, but I'm also a poor uni student with that's easily guilted. I'm also a poor uni student who's not going to try to beg my viewers for money. Ah, dear. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing, try to be entertaining. And if you want to donate, you can. If you don't want to donate, you can just subscribe or follow or whatever. Bro, I swear I just spent it on a new car. You bought a new car for $200? That's a bargain. Alright, let's get some wheat. Make some bread. I wonder if it's going to let us sleep. Because we did try before, but it was daytime when we tried before. We're good for food, though. Did anybody see what that message said at the beginning of this? Oh, no, it's not going to let me sleep. Dang it. Did anybody see what that message said at the beginning of this little thing, by the way? It said something about a goat horn. That's all I saw. Uh-oh. Oh, please get out of here. I got a brand new Tesla Cybertruck for 78K. And you don't have $200 to spare for little old me? I'm joking, by the way, I'm joking. As I'm sure you are with buying a Tesla Cybertruck. Okay, what else can I get from this village? So I'm going to collect the crafting tables just because I can't make them because I don't have wood. How much is hay worth? It seems to be worth a decent amount, actually. I suppose since it's like a compact version of wheat, it must be decent, right? How much are crafting tables worth? Not very much. Not very much at all. Okay, let's kill that creeper, because why not? Bro, stop hitting villagers? I'm not hitting villagers. I didn't touch a villager. I would never hit villagers. Yay! I did hit creepers. How much is gunpowder worth? Decent amount, actually. Oh, yes, bundle. Okay, let's put some of this stuff into here. Wait, actually a saddle. I can get a camel, that means, right? I wonder how much the smithing templates are worth, actually. Oh, the smithing templates are worth a lot. Bro, you legit stole their life savings? Yeah, but I didn't hit them. There's a fine line. Oh, hang on, I didn't mean to put that in there. We'll put all of that in there, though. And then what else can I make with iron? I suppose I could make armor, but I don't really need it that badly. I think I'll just grab it. Is that another village over there? That is another village. Let's chuck a thing on this camel. Let's ride it. Oh, can camels swim? Camels cannot swim. Oh, but we seem to be coping with. Okay, there we go. They can go deeper than horses can. That's one of the big like gaps in Minecraft, right? With horses and I suppose also camels, is that they become so they become so annoying if you have to cross any body of water, and they almost become not worth your time, in my opinion. Almost. Lucky the camels can do this leap thing, so you can get across smaller bodies. But for big ones like this to get over to that village, you're a bit stuck, aren't you? Oi! You shot my camel. Oh, that cactus just sprouted a flower. How lovely is that? Oh, that didn't work. Ugh. Okay, now I'm going to have to do the thing that you do to get them across the gap. That is why you have to build bridges. Yeah, but bridges take almost more time. Right? And they're fine. Like, bridges work if they're in an area that you've already, like, built in. But if you're actually exploring new places, then there's not already a bridge there, and then you either have to... Oh, buddy! Sorry about that, my camel friend. That appears to have done a number on you, but we're good. We're fine. If only I could put horse armor on you, but you're a camel, not a horse. Go, 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 go! Yeah, buddy. This camel's about to die. This I don't know if this camel's gonna make it, guys, I'll be honest. What do camels eat? How do I heal a camel quickly? Does anybody know how I heal a camel? Is it cactus? You'd think camels would be more tanky. To be fair, I did like decimate half of its health by blowing up a creeper on top of it. Here, let me get. I know that's okay. How do I? Oh, there we go. Can I feed? Okay, yes, it is cactuses. There we go. Okay. I thought it would be cactus. Because that's what they eat in real life, isn't it? I think, maybe. Maybe that's a fallacy. Who knows? No, camels do eat cactus, right? Because that's what their humps are for. They store moisture or store energy in it. Like camels' humps are basically just big lumps of fat. Is this a ruined portal? Hello. Okay. How much is netherrack worth? Not a lot. What about magma blocks? Ooh, magma cubes. Magma blocks are worth a decent amount. Okay, I'm going to abandon this camel. Where's my camel gone? Hang on, where's he gone? I'm not abandoning you. I'm not abandoning you just yet. Oh, there he is. I looked it up. Camels eat desert vegetation. Well, that cactuses are desert vegetation, right? Oh, I got another trophy. How do I... There we go. We haven't seen an exit to here yet, which is a bit worrying. And I still want to know, did anybody see what that message said at the beginning? This isn't the village of Jostat, is it? No, no. No, because I would have seen the netherrack from here, wouldn't I? You'd think? Although that would imply that I'm competent, which, you know, varies. Is there anything we can get with Silk Touch, by the way, now that we have Silk Touch? Like, how much a pot's worth? Not a lot. We did learn that hay is worth a decent amount, so let's grab a bunch of this. Camels, being herbivores, primarily eat a variety of desert plants, including grasses, leaves, twigs, and even thorny or salty vegetation. Well, I mean, I would think that cactus would fall under the classification of thorny vegetation, right? Oh, run away! Yay! How do you make a bundle? It's rabbit hide, isn't it? Nope, get back here, dang it. I missed the money part. How does value enter into this version? The money part. Oh yeah, so the value. I believe how it works is value. So iron ingot. I've got 0.3 value worth of iron ingot. When I exit, I get XP based on how much value I have. And then I can use the XP to unlock more stuff. Probably got to find an exit somewhere. I wish I could make a boat, but I don't have any wood. And I can't think of any way to get wood unless we were to go like underground, right? And into the caves. And then we'd have to stumble across a mine shaft. Which doesn't feel like it's worth my time, if I'm being honest. What do you like more for PvP, the axe or the sword? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I feel like the axe is probably like objectively better, but I mean, I'm a classic. I'm a classic Minecraft player, you know, and I probably prefer the sword personally. I'm a sword guy. I like being able to do things quick, so I like the fact that the sword can attack quicker. Like, I miss the days when you could just spam attack with your sword. Just get that carpal tunnel, you know? Those were the days. Right, hopefully the exit shows up soon, because I wouldn't mind... What's that over there? Is that just a bit of cave? Yeah, hopefully the exit shows itself soon, because I've been wandering around in here for a while. And I'm ready to head out and cash in my prize. Ooh, there's a... Okay, hang on. So, okay. There's a pillager outpost over there. The message at the beginning, I didn't read the whole thing, but it said something about a goat horn. Do you think if I get a goat horn from the pillager outpost, it'll unlock something? I don't know. Let's see. I'm also going to get some gold, though. That's worth a lot. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Alright, we're filled up on that. Anything in here valuable? Grab the flint and steel. I don't really know what it will be useful for, to be honest. And I'll grab enough iron, I guess, to make an extra iron ingot. May as well. I'm not going to bother about carrying the nuggets around, though. Alright, where was that outpost? There it is. Okay. Let's see. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe that message at the beginning meant nothing, and I didn't have time to read it all. But I did see something about a goat horn. So let's find a goat horn and see if it does anything. Also, I really don't need to be carrying around this stuff. You know, I'm going to get rid of that. I'll keep my Silk Touch axe just in case you know, in fact, I can Silk Touch this. It's not particularly good, though. Okay, I thought maybe items that have to be Silk Touched, it would kind of make sense if they were, you know, if you have to Silk Touch them, it would make sense that they'd be worth a bit, you know, because Silk Touch is hard to get, but obviously not. I suppose you can probably get them with shares as well, though, can't you? So who knows, maybe something like grass is a bit more valuable. We should make some armor or something. Let's just make some... Do we have any armor? I don't. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't equip armor. Oh, no. Okay. I haven't unlocked the ability. Can I afford the ability to... Let's see. Combat. Armor. I can't afford it. In fact, I need a lot. Yeah. Okay. We just need to be very, very careful here. Let's get, you know, let's get a bunch of blocks ready so that we can, if worse comes to worse, we can block ourselves in. No, okay, let's not turn that into sandstone. Okay, let's go. Mission for Goat Horn commence. Okay, we got some allays, we got some... Oh, they've already spotted us. And everything seems to have gotten darker as we approach. Okay, so something definitely feels important about having found this, right? It definitely feels like we've found something significant here. Oh, there's no goat horn, though? Oh, come on. There is wood, though, so that's really handy. Hey, Mr. Omen, what's up? Just subscribed? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. I hope you're, yeah. Oh, wait, this is a bunch of wood, actually. This is really great. Okay. I didn't even clock that there was a bunch of wood here. Let's gather a bunch of it, and... Yeah. There's an Enderman over there. Why did it just get so much darker, though, when we approached this? I don't know. I don't know. Something's fishy about this, though, definitely. We've got a bunch of wood now, so that's actually pretty great. We can make a boat. Okay, you know, let's get rid of some of this less useful stuff. Yeah. Oh, desert temple over there. Okay, let's go to this desert temple. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, where was the desert temple? Oh, yes, it's over there. Okay. All right, let's go! Nice. Is that another desert temple, actually? Right? Closer? Or am I seeing things? Oh, no, that's a village. Okay, still haven't found an exit, though. And I just realized it became darker because it came nighttime. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna... I feel like I probably should, but I'm not gonna look through this village. I'm gonna skip on past it. Maybe just grab some hay while we're passing through. Yeah, get up to a full stack. That seems like a good idea. Oh, books. I wonder if books are any good. They're not bad, but they're not great either. Okay, I really don't want to die now because I feel like we're in a pretty good place. So let's get to this temple. Yeah, something like diamonds has to be worth a bit, right? We can find some of those. Well, it's 9:43 here. So I'll wish you good night and happy streaming. All right, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining I Speak Nonsense. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. I've actually probably got to finish up soon. Got to put dinner on and whatnot. Ooh, yes, I got deep dark again. Okay, so we got gold, but yeah, I'll be going for a bit longer. I at least want to get out of this one here, which hopefully won't take us too long. Okay, you know what, we'll dump a bit of this stuff. You know what, rotten flesh isn't actually too bad. It's not great though. How often do I stream? Well, it varies depending on my availability, but I generally try to go at least once a week. Don't always keep to that, like I didn't stream last week. Yeah, it depends on my availability with school and work and whatnot. But yeah, I try to go once a week, and usually it would be on the weekends. So if you do want to keep an eye out, then of course, you know, easy way to do that, subscribe, turn on notifications. But also, if you did want to keep an eye out on a specific time, weekends are a pretty good time to keep an eye out for. You know what? I just realized it doesn't say anything about an exit, right? Yeah, because usually it says exit on the surface, but this time it says that there's a warden boss fight. Now it also said something about the goat horn. Do you think we need to kill a warden? How are we going to do that? Do you think the way we get out of here is by killing a warden? I think we might be onto something there. I don't know how we're going to kill a warden, though. My theory, okay, we need to use a goat horn, and that will summon a warden. And then... I don't know, then good things happen. Well, bad things happen, probably. We probably have to fight the warden, and I don't know how we'd kill him, but we have to work out how to kill him. There's more gold over there. Gold is good. Gold is really good. Oh my gosh. I suppose since it's a full block, right? So it's like nuggets and then ingots and then blocks. Ow. Right, anything decent in here? Lodestone. Oh, obsidian is decent. Please stop, sir. Okay, I won't be able to put... I wonder if I can... Ooh, nice, I can do it that way. Sweet, so I guess I can put stuff on, I just can't take stuff off. That's actually really good to know. Okay. Now that I do know that, I should definitely make myself some other iron armor. So what do I have? I have a chest plate. So making some leggings, a helmet. I feel like I've discovered a little exploit here, being able to do this. And some boots. Okay. Don't know how helpful that'll be against a warden, but I suppose we'll see. Oh, Stream Elements has decided to work for once. But thanks for subscribing, Sarah Clark. I set up Stream Elements ages ago and couldn't figure out how to get it to work. Seems like it's decided to start working now after how many years ago I set it up? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, Sarah Clark, thanks for subscribe. That is so weird. It's also not working in my other YouTube chat. If you don't know, I'm streaming right now on YouTube Shorts, which is where I'm getting most of my viewers right now. But I'm also live on YouTube proper, if you did want to jump over there and get a full screen experience, and also on Twitch. I shouldn't... I just left my boat, didn't I? No, it's fine. I can... I don't really want to craft another one. Oh, is that a blacksmith? That's great, actually. Grab some bread. Yeah, I should actually check these, because these could have a bundle in them, right? If I can get another bundle, then I can save a bunch more inventory space. Ooh, 2 blacksmiths? Nice. Ah, yes, bundle. Yes, yes, yes. Basically just a bunch of stuff that's kind of useless, but also can get me XP when I leave, or hopefully if I can manage to leave. Because that seems like a difficult prospect at the moment. My working theory at the moment is that we need to get diamonds. They're worth a whole 1 each. Yeah. Amazing. And another bundle. Nice. Yeah, saddles aren't good enough to be worth keeping. So hopefully we can find another pillager outpost shortly. And hopefully that has a goat horn. And hopefully that spawns the warden, which hopefully lets us leave. That's a lot of hopefullys. But hopefully it all works out. A lot of villagers. Not a lot of pillager outposts, though. However, they are meant to spawn near each other, right? So, like villagers always spawn near pillager outposts, but pillager outposts don't always spawn near villagers, I believe is how it works. We have a lot of good stuff, though, at the moment. And I really want to make it out with all of this. How are we going to kill the warden, by the way? I suppose we could try and use iron. Oh, we don't have that much iron, though. We don't have pumpkins. So we can't make iron golems. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, another bundle. That's good. Nothing else too good in there. I'm just going to use hay bale as my building block, I guess. I don't have the inventory space, to be honest. We've got another cursed bush. I suppose that's not particularly rare then, is it? We've already found two, right? These have a lot of good stuff in them, though, that I want to make it out of here with. So please, let me leave. You know, I just realized we should be making a shield. Remember me from the start? I was the second person to join the stream. Of course I remember you, Diana Halloran. I don't particularly remember how to pronounce your name, though, but I hope that I was close. It was Halloran, wasn't it? Halloran. Yeah, because you sent out you sent me the spaced out version, didn't you? But yeah, of course I remember you. Maybe I can harness the power of the second person to join the stream to find what I need to find. Right around this. Oh my gosh, no way! No way it was actually there. Oh, that was a brilliant. Oh, what a moment. What a moment. Oh, that was great. That was great. Halloran, it worked. Are you off, Halloran? Well, I've used your good luck, so I suppose I don't need you anymore. I'm joking, I'm joking. But yeah, good night, good night. Thanks for joining anyway, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for thanks for your good luck. Whatever you know, whatever magic you're working over there in whatever part of the world you're in, it's clearly worked. Hey, Formula Addict, what's good? Just watched it today. Well, welcome, welcome. What's good with you? I'm doing pretty good myself. Hopefully, there's a goat horn in here. Now that this moment was, there would be a slight damper put on this moment if there wasn't a goat horn in here. But fingers crossed, we have one. Come on, goat horn. Yes. Okay. Okay. Bring this item to the mine. Oh wait, hang on. No, that's that. Okay. Never mind. I got a bit ahead of myself then. It had to. No, it doesn't do anything. I was wrong. Ah. Really? Really? Oh, I was so sure. I was so sure. Let me try again. No, no, it's not working. It's not okay. Maybe, but the whole place is a. Maybe there's biomes underground. Maybe we can still find a deep dark underground. I don't know. Value? Yeah, so we're playing a bit of a different version of Minecraft. It's an official version, an official snapshot, but it is the April Fool snapshot. It is the Craft Mine edition. So basically what we need to do is we get into these. So where I am right now, don't let this deceive you. I'm not in the overworld. I'm in somewhere called a mine, and I've got to collect up things and bring them out of the mine, and it lets me unlock cool new stuff. It makes a sound. Yeah, I know it makes a sound, but I was hoping it would it would it would spawn a warden so I can get home because apparently I need that to get home. Oh, it's so disappointing. I thought for sure I was. Dang it! I felt like such a genius. Now I feel like a fool. A fool, I say. All right. I suppose Plan B is to find a deep dark, and hopefully get a. Hopefully we can find a deep dark here. So I believe the way that you find a deep dark, I learned this recently. Actually, if you're on YouTube Shorts, you won't be able to see this, but I'm on my screen right now. I have the F3 menu up, and there's something that says E, and I need to get the E quite low. I believe I need to get it to like -0, -3 or something. Yeah, then you trade it in, and you can unlock cool stuff. Yes, exactly, exactly right. Those are some big mountains over there, and the erosion seems to go down around big mountains. Let's try that. I'm so annoyed, though. I thought I was being so smart. I thought I'd figured out the update, and clearly I was wrong. Oh well. They're not even worth that much. You'd think goat horns would be worth something, right? Gosh, the erosion's going very high right now. It's gone all the way up to 8. Ah! Don't fire! Don't shoot! Okay, the erosion is dropping. Not dropping quite enough yet, though. Oh, okay, it's going... No, it's gone back up. Yeah, deep dark spawn in mountain biomes. Yeah, we won't find a mountain biome because this is all desert. But we can find places that have mountainy areas, I guess. And then once we get down there, I haven't even worked this out, but how are we going to kill him? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, my erosion's not getting down nearly low enough, though. The other possibility, I guess, is maybe everything underground's a deep dark. I mean, what mic do I use? I use a carbon element microphone. I'm reading words off of it right now. It says carbon and it says element in two different places. I don't know the exact make, unfortunately. Okay, my erosion's gone down a bit lower. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to try and dig down and see what happens. Maybe everything's deep dark down here. That would be nice if it was. You know, that's probably the worst possible place to dig down if I were to dig down in any place, right? Because I'm at the top of a mountain. Do we see any other, like, big mountainy looking areas? Not really. Let's just get down nice and low and start digging. Okay, I've got an idea on how to kill the warden. I've seen it done before, and I don't know how easy it is to pull off. But I'll need string. Do I have string? 2 pieces? Will 2 pieces be enough? Yes, it will be. Okay. Let's try this. Is this the wool strat? The wool strat? I don't know the wool strat. No, what I'm trying to do is... What's the wool strat? Where you enclose it in wool and it suffocates? How would it suffocate? No, the strat that I was thinking is making a fishing rod and basically making it die of fall damage by just hooking it up. And then bringing up into the sky and then hitting it and then making it drop back to the ground and then rinse and repeating until it's dead. That's what I'm hoping will happen. We'll see if it actually does. Hopefully there's actually deep dark down here, though. I hear lava, so there is a cave of some kind. But I haven't heard any skulk sensors go off yet, so... That probably means that there's not skulk, at least not yet. You know, if this gravel falls out from under me, I'm dead. Oh, I could be dead. Okay, we're good. I'm just hoping there is deep dark down here, because, man, if I have to go out and find a deep dark, then that'll be difficult, won't it? Yeah, while I'm here, I've got a bit of XP. I can get a bit of speed. I can get... Yeah, let's get the speed, actually. And then... Can I unlock anything here? Nope. I suppose I'm doing a bit of mining right now, so I may as well unlock that. Can I unlock anything else? Nope, okay. You know, we can check out... Yeah, it still says we're in a desert. That's not a good sign. Okay, all my bundles are filled up now because I've got a bunch of junk. What level are we at? Negative 38. Let's start strip mining. Hopefully we find something. Something of use. Oh, diamonds! At the very least, that's a bit more... At the very least, that's some more levels, so that's good. Sorry it's so dark, by the way. Where's my crafting tables? Oh, here they are. Where's my wood? There's so much inventory clutter in this. Well, that was certainly a scary sound. Come on, show me a cave. Does anyone have any good cave finding strategies? Any rituals they like to do when they go mining to find a cave? Just gonna test my Gohan again. No, that's definitely not spawning a warden. Oh, we found a cave, and it's not deep dark. That's incredibly upsetting. Can it lead to a bigger cave that potentially connects to a deep dark? More diamonds. Am I actually moving faster, by the way? I did unlock that speed upgrade, but I can't actually tell if it's done anything. Either way, I'm going to upgrade my speed again. Oh, now I'm definitely going faster. how do we find the warden? Like, okay, so we've got to find Deep Dark. I mean, hopefully cave biomes actually spawn. Because, like, we are still in a desert here. In order to find a warden, we need cave biomes. So if we can at least find proof that cave biomes spawn, then we'll be in a good place. Hi, Brooklyn Foster, with your self-advertising. I'm not interested in what you're selling, sorry. I ain't buying it. Wonder... No, I can't. Okay. Wanted to see if there's any commands that I can do. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Just thought I'd check. I have flowing water. I feel like it's getting louder. Okay, I feel like it's getting quieter. Where is it? Where's the water? Yeah, I've got an idea. Excuse me, by the way. Accessibility settings. The water's in this direction. I can't sleep. I'm going to watch the rest of your stream. All right then. Well, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. I'm happy to have you. Okay, where's this water? It continues to increase in volume. Wait, hang on now. It's okay. I think it's switched directions. means it's straight up or straight down, right? Nope. Oh, I found it. Is there anything of value here? Nope. Is there proof of cave biomes existing? Also, nope. Could mean that they don't exist, or it could mean nothing at all, because it could just mean that there doesn't happen to be one here. Oh, skeletons. Ah, skeletons. Oh, I can't even use my shield. What? Do I need to unlock my shield to be able to use it? That's upsetting. Oh, hello, bat. Wondering what that was. All right, what's the biggest? That's a big mountain over there, right? Let's see if this mountain seems like it would have a deep dark underneath it. Again, I think what we want is somewhere with super high erosion levels. So if we can find that, then hopefully we can find our deep dark. I'm just going to try our goat horn again. It didn't work. Okay. You know what? Let me check something, okay? Bear with me. I'm going to bring up the stream, and I'm going to scroll back. How long have I been on Facecam in my... Have I spent the entire stream on Facecam over on YouTube? Well, that was stupid of me, wasn't it? I haven't... No, I didn't do that, did I? That's also annoying because it means that I can't figure out what the message said. Wait, hang on, is that the message there? No, that's not it. That's me riding around on a camel. Okay, this is where the message... There's every chance that you can't actually see it on the shorts feed, right? Because it might be cut off by the screen. I'm going back in my own stream by the now if it's not clear what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. Oh well. Right, well the erosion is getting pretty close to what we want here. In fact, the erosion's pretty perfect here. So we could try digging down here and see if there's an ancient city beneath. The problem is it's only a small area that has such a high erosion. It's like if I go down here, then the erosion will probably drop as soon as... No, it's not actually. It's continuing super high. Okay, if anywhere's going to have an ancient city... it would be here. So we're going to dig. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed. We don't even need an ancient city, actually. We need a deep dark. That's all we need. So let's get down here and see what we can do. What's really worrying is once we actually find the warden. That's a little bit worrying to me. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. For now, we just need to find the guy. The distinct lack of deep dark, which is starting to worry me. Hopefully we can find it, though. I would like to see how much the block of raw iron is worth. It's worth a decent amount, so I'll hold on to it. Hey, lovely aesthetic flowers. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Are you having a lovely day today? I hope you are. Oh, is that something new? That is something new. I want it. Yeah. Okay, let's not panic, because we could have just threaded through all of the caves. So let's give it a bit of a mind. We'll keep the F3 menu open to check what our E level is doing. And hopefully we can track down a cave that hopefully has what we need. Is that the same one as I just got? I think it is. I think I already have that. hair lava. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay, what I meant to do was chuck open this and pops. I already have subtitles on, okay. There's lava in this direction. Okay. This doesn't look like a deep dark. Like deep dark. Okay, I've got one more idea. Google. Craft mine update. Warden boss fight. Huh. Remember me? Of course I remember you. Oh, of course I remember you. Go Finley, remember you? Yeah, of course I remember you, Swaran Sandhu. You're the one who promised to donate. Well, okay, didn't promise to donate. Well, did promise to donate, but I don't hold it against you. I don't hold it against you. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a video and see what we can see. Because I'm stumped. Okay, apparently there's a building or a structure that's meant to spawn. We didn't have that, did we? Huh. Okay. Let's head back to spawn, which I assume is 0, 0. Right? And see if there's anything we missed there. Because we did, because of... Actually, because of you, we were rushing away from spawn, weren't we, to try and find a desert temple. Which, if I remind you, I did succeed at. Yo, Finley, can you say Fane? Fane? Sure. Just in case I fall. Might give me a chance of not immediately dying. And we are out of here. Okay, we want to try and head towards 0, 0, I guess, which would be this way. Right, we're about 3,000 blocks out from where I assume spawned at 0, 0, right? Or around 0, 0 at least. Do you want $5, dude? I'd love $5, Warren Santu. Of course, there's no pressure to donate, but if you're in the position to and you want to, then I would never say no to it. Hopefully what we need is at the spawn, because if it's not, then I don't know what to do, because I don't want to lose all the stuff that we gathered. But the only way we'd be able to get out of here is by dying. If we can't figure out the proper way out. So fingers crossed this works. If you get a diamond 1 minute, you get it? Okay. I got a diamond. You see these? These are diamonds. I got them. Stop the clock. I am just going to check this blacksmith, actually, because if this does have diamonds, then that would be pretty legendary, wouldn't it? I did get diamonds, though. Probably not the way you were expecting me to. Yeah, there's no diamonds in there, is there? Another blacksmith in this village, just in case there is something useful. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's keep going. So like I have to feed my house. Swarren, Swarren, Swarren. What are we gonna do with you, eh? What are we gonna do with you? Ooh, golden apple. Okay. My cat needs not college funds, collage funds. Is your cat a photographer? My cat models for brand Super Sigma Cat Food 3000. Super Sigma Cat Food 3000? That's the best tasting cat food. It's so much better than what they did with 2000. They really improved the formula with 3000. Really, really great stuff. $1,500 blocks out from fingers crossed. Everybody, fingers crossed. I want to see those fingers crossed, and your toes too, if you can do that. And arms crossed too. I'm going to try and play with my arms crossed. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I have my arms crossed right now. This is a challenge. I remember a while ago I did a stream. No, actually it wasn't a stream. It was a video where I played Vault Hunters, but I swapped all my controls around. This is like an even harder version of that. I'm getting the hang of it though. I'm not going to continue though. But those of you at home not playing Minecraft right now, I want to get these fingers, arms, and toes crossed. Ooh. Alright. About 1,000 blocks out, everybody. We're getting there. Just for the lols. How much further do we reckon? 600 blocks? 500 blocks out. Hopefully this is... I am correct about this, and this does take us back to... 0, 0 is in fact spawn, or roughly thereabouts. I think it is, because I think that might be the infamous desert temple that I found within 1 minute, if you remember that Swarar and Santu. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop teasing about that. Yeah, that's definitely the one, isn't it? So that must be the mountain it was behind. Which means we must be in the money, right? I reckon we spawned up on this mountain range here. I reckon this is it. Right? And then hopefully the thing for the warden thing is here. Somewhere around here at least. Hello? I'm trying to base it off of the view we had of that desert pyramid, right? Oh, 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 oh. Hang on, there's the message. Do you reckon that it's buried, the thing that we need? Right, let's dig down again and hopefully this gets us to where we need to be. Oh, this is something. Wait, why is there random bone blocks there? Wait, there's more random bone blocks. Hold up. Also ghasts. Wait, is this a fossil? Did we just find a fossil? Aren't these, like, quite rare? Hold up, are these random bone blocks here for a reason, or is this actually a fossil? I think this is actually a fossil. Wow, look at that. I, like, never find those. I can't even remember a time I found one. Wow. Of all things. Hmm. There goes my pickaxe. Come on, give me what I need. Where's the thing? Yeah, we're officially under sea level here. Right, let's pillar back up out of here. See what else we can find. Wait, hang on. Is that something over there? That's the thing. That's it. There it is. Finally. Woo! Okay, it's not over yet. We gotta defeat the warden somehow. I still don't quite know how to do it. I assume there must be just like a shrieker or maybe just a spawn egg here. But let's be careful in case it does spawn as we're approaching. Be careful to run away. And then I suppose we can try and do the fishing rod trick. And get it killed that way. Hopefully it counts. Like, hopefully it doesn't need to be a player kill. Right, well, we're here. Why are there villagers here? Yeah, we're gone. Okay. So I didn't have to kill a warden. What? Well, defeat the warden special event. I didn't actually do anything. Okay. Oh, I got a load of XP for this one. Let's go. Can open up another one of these doors. Oh, this one. Open. Oh, there's chests in here. Is there anything in these chests? Nope, just a little chest room. Okay. Very interesting. Well, there's that done. There's something I'm a little bit worried about. It says I unlocked one new ingredient, but didn't I get quite a few new ingredients? Please don't tell me it's because they were in bundles. That's probably it, isn't it? So because they were in bundles, they don't count? That must be it. Right, I'm going to upgrade this. And then I'm going to see what we can upgrade on ourselves. Wonder what all that is. Just give myself that. Yeah, get that efficiency. And then get that, I guess. Okay. Sweet. Well, that was actually a lot more fun than I expected it to be honest. I mean, I was expecting this to be a short little stream where we check out the April Fool's thing and play a bit of Minecraft, talk about the movie, you know. But I actually got quite invested into this, and I wouldn't mind doing another one. So you might see another stream of this April Fool's update down the line. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? But until then, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you especially to Diana Holleran. Thank you to I Speak Nonsense. A big thank you to I Speak Nonsense, actually, for the dono. Thank you to Swaran Santu. Even though you lie and you cheat, I still appreciate you watching. Thank you to Mr. Omen. Thank you to Formula Addict. Thank you to Brooklyn Foster. Thank you to Lovely Aesthetic Flowers, and thank you to anybody else who was just watching along without chatting. If you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe. If you're on YouTube, jump over to Twitch and follow. If you're on Twitch, jump over to YouTube and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!